Okay, although we're missing four more people, but I think it's fine. Hopefully they will come in soon. Okay, so as you already know, today we'll be having a debate spar, and we are supposed to have 12 participants, which means two debate rooms. I will be judging one debate room, and I also invite Lem. We will be judging room two. So Lem, if you can turn on your camera and also introduce yourself a bit to everyone.
Am I audible?
Yes.
All right, so hello everyone. Let me change my name real quick. My name is Lum, but you can call me John. No, not John like that. Yeah. So I'm 12, and I've been studying debate for about 5 or 4 years by now, and I'm really happy to be with you guys today.
Okay, thank you. We can see you, but we cannot see your face. But yeah, it's fine. Okay. So I think we'll just get started now, and hopefully the others will come in soon. So this is the introduction. We will be doing a modified WSDC rule. So it's only 6-minute speeches, and you guys can go over 15 seconds. There will be no reply speeches because we haven't learned it. But if you want, I can add it. But yeah, technically, we will not have it. Okay. And then number three is POI. POI is mandatory, meaning is that if someone asks you a POI, you should take at least one. Okay. You shouldn't refuse every single POI. So try to take at least one. But if there are no POI being asked, it's okay. But I hope that, try asking POI as much as possible. And the preparation time will be 30 minutes. And finally, based on the topics that you guys picked, I saw that education, art, and health are the three main topics that everyone pick. So I will present three motions, and then teams, you guys will rank the motions based on your most liked and disliked. So for example, if there's motion one, two, three, and I like motion three and I hate motion one, I will put three, two, one, kind of like that. And maybe the other team, they put two, three, one. So the motion we will be debating is motion three or two. And then I will spin the wheel and then that's the motion. Basically like that. And it'll be different because we have two rooms. So which means that room one and room two can debate the same motion or different motions based on your choice. Okay. So yep, those are the teams that I have already made. You guys can look on the screen. I can take a screenshot and send it in the chat. The speaking order, like first, second speaker, you guys will choose by yourself, okay? This doesn't mean that you have to be first. No, you guys will just decide for yourself. Okay, so wait me a second. Okay, I sent it in the group. So yeah, I think we'll just announce the motion, but then we don't have enough people. We only have eight. So I'll try to wait like 2 more minutes for enough people to join. If we don't have enough people, then maybe we will just still debate, but we will not have third speaker. We'll see. So I think we'll wait 2 more minutes, I guess. Yes, because we have two debates, because in a debate, there will only be three-person each team, which means six people in a debate. But then in our class, we'll be having 12. So two debate rooms, right? Two debate matches happening at the same time. We cannot have like six people in a team. If that happens, then what about other? They cannot speak. And I want everyone to speak, so I'll just do it like this. But yeah, technically is that we will have three people in a team. So yeah. But we're trying to wait for others, so we'll wait like until 8:15, okay? And I'll see. In the meantime, you guys can try to guess what the motion will be. Like the three topics are education, health, and art based on your decisions. So you can put in the chat what do you think the motion is, if you can guess. Okay, I see. So we're just missing three people. All right, so we're missing how many? Two more. So it's Sunny and Jade, and Sunny and Jade are in different teams. Okay, wait. Okay, so they will come in soon, and I think they will just prepare later. So we can just start now. All right, here are the three emotions. First, the emotion on education is this house would prioritize increasing teachers' salaries over investing in education technology as the primary response to learning loss. Number two is art. As an up-and-coming music artist, this house would prioritize producing catchy music for reels or short videos like viral videos over pursuing artistic niche and purity, like focusing on personal sound, theme, and style. And motion three is health. This house believes that the medical community, for example, healthcare professionals, researchers, should heavily invest in AI-based mental health services like therapy. So we have three motions. And then what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna stop share a bit. No, I will continue sharing. And I will put you guys into breakout rooms as teams. You guys will have 3 minutes to rank the motion, and then you come back here, okay, to tell us the rankings. So I will put this in Zalo as well, so you guys can see the three motions. You guys will discuss what is the ranking, okay, that you guys want. What motion do you want to debate? What motion you don't like? Wait me a bit, I'm creating the rooms. Okay, I just opened the rooms. You guys can go in, like room one government or room one opposition, based on the photos I sent in Zalo. So you can see which room you're in. Okay, for those who just come in, you can ask your teammate what we're doing. Okay.
So who's my teammate exactly?
Zalo. Okay, so you're Jade and you are in room one opposition.
Thank you.
And Sunny, you just come in. So Sunny, you're in room two, government. Affirmative. Okay, you guys will come in there and you guys will discuss the rankings for 3 minutes and you'll come back. So for those here, do you know how to join your rooms? If you don't, then tell me. Jade, do you know how to join the room or why are you here? Oh, never mind. Maybe he has two computers. Okay, you guys can send the rankings in the main chat. And also, okay, yeah, I see it. All right, everyone is back. So you guys can send your rankings in the main chat. Okay, like the rankings that you have. So for example, on room one proposition, they put 132, which means they want to debate motion one and they do not like motion two. Kind of like that. So the other rooms send in quickly so we can, choose. How about room one from opposition and room two from proposition? I haven't seen yours. Okay, let's do room. Okay. So let's do room one first. Room one, we have 132 and 213. So they're completely different. And I think number, oh, they're so different because like we don't have a similarity. So the best way to, so okay, one and two are the motions that you guys want to debate, right? So we'll just spin the wheel for one and two. That works. Okay, well, debating motion one. For room one, okay, room two may be different. So for room one, your motion is motion one. Okay, so now room one, you guys can go in your breakout rooms for 30 minutes and prepare now. I think I have to open the rooms again. Yeah, yeah. I opened the room, so room one, you go, and now we'll see for room two. Room two, I only see from prop. I don't see for op. So op, please send your rankings. Oh, room two, why are they still in their breakout rooms? Oh no. Okay, that's weird. Okay, so room two, we're not done. You guys are not supposed to go in your breakout rooms. You have to send me your rankings so I can see what motions we're debating. So I only see from the proposition, I don't see from the opposition yet. So Tom, Helena, and Tu, you have to send me yours because I don't see it. Hello? Oh, you're still doing? It's just random. Just put something you like. You're supposed to, discuss with your teammates and finish it. If you don't send it, then we will go with the proposition. Okay? Do you want that? Oh, I see. Also very different. So it's also motion two or one. Same thing. Okay. Looks like we're both debating motion one then. What a coincidence. Okay, so now you guys can go in your breakout rooms for 30 minutes, and you'll come back here when I close the breakout rooms. Okay, so you can prepare now for motion one.
Cái tiền này tăng lượng. Oh shit.
Okay, I think everyone is back, so we can start now. So somebody asked me if we have time between speeches to prepare. Technically, we don't, but if you guys want, you guys can have 30 seconds to a minute, but 30 seconds is enough. A minute is okay, but yeah, just, that is basically the time that we can prepare. But technically, we don't really have it, but we will have it if you guys need it. Okay, so for room two, I already have a breakout room, which is debate room two. Okay, for those who are in room two, you guys will join in room two with John. So yeah, you join now. And room one, you stay here. I mean, debate room two, do not join your breakout rooms. Somebody are joining, oh no, they're joining their breakout rooms.
So we say stay here, is it?
Yes, room one, stay here. You'll just debate here. And room two, okay, you guys are mistaken. You do not go to room two government or room two opposition. You go to debate room two. Yes. Yeah, because we're debating. Okay, you guys can join that again. No, actually, wait a little for the others to leave.
I have a questions. So we have to debate about all of the three motions, is it?
No, we will debate motion one.
Okay.
Did you guys prepare three motions? No,
No, really.
we only debate motion one. Okay, guys, I see that you guys joined the breakout rooms. You guys, for room two, please join the debate room too. Okay, do not join the breakout rooms. All right, so I already opened the rooms. For those who are in room two, please join debate room 2. Okay, I think that's it. Sunny, oh yeah, Sunny is not here. Pooh, I think you're in room 2. Okay, so now we will debate here. Share my screen and we will start now. All right, so welcome everyone to the debate. 6-minute speeches, and POI is highly encouraged. Without any further ado, I invite first speaker from Proposition. Here.
Okay, so my speech is ready in 3, 2, 1. Okay, so hi guys, we are the government team 1, and today we're gonna support the prioritizing teacher salary over technology. First one, we will start with the definition. Teacher salaries, we know that it is all the wages and financial benefits provided to teachers in primary, secondary, high school, and university. EdTech, education technology, we will call EdTech from now then. It refers to digital tools, AI platform, robot, something like that, online learning systems, and educational software used to support teaching and learning. Here we have the word prioritize. That means when the governments have limited education budgets, they need to increase teacher salaries
Iris, can you restart? I don't think the timer is working.
Okay.
I will just use the timer here. I'm sorry.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, you can restart.
Okay, so my speech will start in 3, 2, 1. Okay, hi guys. So today we are the team 2 of the government, and we will support teacher salaries over EdTech. And the first one, we will start with the definition. We all know that teacher salaries refer to the wages, financial benefits provided to teachers in primary, secondary, high school, and university. Education technology, from now on, we will call it EdTech, refers to digital tools like AI platforms, online learning systems, robot, or something like that, and all educational software used to support teaching and learning. Here we have the word prioritize. That means when governments have limited education budgets, they need to increase teacher salaries than investing in education technology because it will have greater impact. Okay, today we all know that after COVID-19, many countries are experiencing learning loss and they face teacher shortages, declining in teaching quality and increasing student needs for this. And now the governments need to consider 2 major solutions. The first one, they can invest in education technology or improve teacher salary to strengthen the teaching workforce. Let's talk about some stakeholders. The first one, students. They are the most important stakeholder here because they are directly affected by the quality of teaching they received. And competent and motivated teacher not only deliver knowledge for them, but also inspire them to have critical thinking, give them confidence, and identify learning difficulties for them so that they can provide them with emotional support and needed knowledge. That is the role that technology cannot fully replicate. And the teacher, the second stakeholder, they are responsible for delivering education for them. And we believe that higher salaries will improve motivation, reduce turnover, and attract more talented graduates into this profession. About schools and governments, they are responsible for maintaining educational quality, although with limited budgets. And their investment will determine the long-term strength of the education system. The society will also benefit from better educated graduates equipped with both knowledge and character. Okay, so this debate is not about eliminating education technology, but also it is about which investment should receive higher priority when governments must choose how to address learning loss. And we need to prove that prioritizing teachers' salaries will create greater educational outcomes than educational technology. And the opposite must prove that investing primarily in education technology is the more effective solution. Our stance is simple. We support prioritizing higher teacher salaries over education technology. We believe that technology can assist learning, but teachers remain the foundation of the education. It just can be used by the qualified teachers. Technology and governments can strengthen the entire education system and create, lasting improvements for the future generations. Okay, even if uh, the opponent team, they can say education technology improves efficiency and provide additional learning resources, it cannot replace teacher ability to motivate students, adapt lesson to them, and provide them with emotional guidance. Technology can just be used, can be supported by qualified teachers, not when they use as a substitute for them. Okay, so move on to the very first point. Increasing teacher salaries can attract and retain higher quality teachers, and it can create long-term improvement in education that technology alone cannot achieve. About the context, we all know that now many countries struggle with teachers shortages and declining interest in teaching because maybe salaries are relatively low compared to other professions requiring the similar qualification. So many talented graduates often choose careers with higher pay, while experienced teacher can leave the profession due to financial pressure. And we believe that higher salary can make teaching more competitive and more respected. As a result, more talented students can enter teaching. Experienced teachers can stay longer in this profession, and teachers may invest more in the lesson planning and student support. In contrast, we know that prioritizing edtech signals that technology, not teachers, is the future of education. This can discourage talented students from pursuing teaching, causing a long-term shortage of qualified educators. And teachers will do more than just delivering knowledge. They develop critical thinking, build the values, and guide personal growth. That is the thing that technology can just support. Okay, let's talk about the impact. Students who receive better education from highly qualified and motivated teachers over many years of schooling, in the long run, we can see that the society benefit from stronger human capital because great teachers continue nurture future scientists and engineers, entrepreneurs, and leaders. And that is the reason why we believe that technology is just a tool. Teachers are the people who decide how effective that tool is used. Thank you.
Thank you for that fine speech. Now let's welcome first speaker from opposition. Do you need some time to prepare?
No,
And again,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah. So, hi, I'm Gwen. I'm the first speaker of the opposition. So my speech will start from 3, 2, 1. The opposition comes to this debate with a case built on high emotion but fundamental policy blindness. They argue that because teachers are the backbone of the education, increasing their salaries is the silver bullet to solve learning loss. Let us be entirely clear from the very first minute of the opposition's case. This debate is not about whether teachers deserve better pay. They do. This debate is a question of crisis management. When a generation of students have suffered catastrophic, non-uniform gaps in their foundational knowledge, pouring limited public funds into a general baseline salary hike is a structural failure. To use a medical analogy, the proposition's policy is equivalent to increasing the salaries of doctors is the teachers, while the hospital is completely out of oxygen tanks, ventilators, and medicine during a pandemic. We do not deny that doctors deserve appreciation, but right now the patient, our student generation, is suffocating from a lack of immediate targeted intervention tools. We proudly oppose. Learning loss is an acute structural crisis, not a routine labor dispute. It is defined by highly individualized non-linear knowledge gaps. A student missed 3 months of eighth grade pre-algebra can, sorry, a student who missed 3 months of eighth grade pre-algebra cannot process 10th grade calculus, no matter how enthusiastic or well-paid their teacher is. Paying an engineer a double salary does not help them build a bridge if you deny them the concrete and steel. The mechanism of when students suffer learning loss, they did not all lose the same thing. In a classroom of 40 students, 10 students miss foundational fraction rules, 15 miss decimals, and 15 miss ratios. Learning loss is asymmetric. Human instruction is inherently linear. A teacher, regardless of their salary, can only speak one sentence at a time to one room at one average pace. If a teacher is paid 50% more, they still cannot deliver 40 different customized lectures in a 45-minute period. If they focus on the bottom 10 students to fill the fraction gap, the remaining 30 students waste their time. If they teach the standard 10th grade curriculum, the 10 lacking students are permanently locked out of the academic pipeline. Higher salary does not expand a human's cognitive bandwidth to bypass this linear restriction. Adaptive educational technology, edtech platforms bypass human linearity through AI-driven diagnostic testing. So the platform instantly maps out the unique knowledge deficit graph of every individual child. When a child logs in, the software fits them exercise tailored exactly to their breaking point. Under the proposition's word, you have a highly motivated teacher teaching a lesson that is structurally irrelevant to half the class because of their varying gaps. Under the ops word, you use the teacher as a facilitator, while the technology scales hyper-personalized remediation to all 40 students simultaneously. We solve the problem at its actual geometry. The proposition throws money as a physical way. Come to our second point. More money does not give teachers more time and does not create new assets, but technology does both. First, let's talk about time. The main reason teachers cannot help every weak student right now is that they have absolutely no time. A teacher's workday is full of boring busy work, grading dozens of identical homework sheets, taking attendance, entering grades into the system, writing lesson plans. Raising their salaries does not make this busy work disappear. A teacher still needs 3 hours every single night to grade papers by hand, whether their salary is high or low. If we spend money on technology, the computer does all this busy work for the teacher in just 1 second. The computer grades the homework, counts the score, and shows exactly where the students make mistakes. Teachers do not have to stay up late writing papers anymore. They will have all that free time to do the most important job, sitting down with the weakest students in class, explaining the lessons again with care and encouraging them not to give up. Technology saves time. Money alone cannot. Second, let's talk about the money. Let's look about how government spend money. Government budget is way limited. If we choose to raise teacher salaries as the main answer that money becomes a monthly expense and disappears forever once the teacher spends it. After a few years, the classroom are still old, the schools are still poor, and the next generation of students will still have nothing to help if they are fall behind. On the other hand, spending money on technology is buying once but using forever. Then the government buys learning software, computers, and video lessons. These things become permanent access to the school. This year's 10th graders use the software to catch up. Next year, students can still use it. And the year after that can use it too. The cost for each student becomes cheaper and cheaper over time. Investing in technology is a smart, cheap, and long-lasting way to spend public money. Thank you.
Right, thank you for your fine speech. Just make sure to keep it under 6 minutes and 15 seconds. Yeah, after that, I will not be writing. But yeah, thank you for your fine speech. Okay, let's welcome second speaker from proposition. Do you need time to prepare a bit?
No, I said I'll rather start now. Okay. Okay. I hear that the first speaker from oppositions said that robots and AI is more efficient than teachers, but technologies is just a tool. Without people or work it, robots cannot do anything. Robots is like I told you, it's a tool, so that it need people to work it out and to use all 100% efficiency. And I also hear that the first speaker from opposition said that it takes a lot of time for teacher to ratings test to check all the homeworks, and they cannot like spend all the time with each student in the class. But we see that because studying is students' responsibility, it's not teacher responsibility. Teachers is the persons that motivated students to get better every day. Studying is not teachers' responsibility. Students have to wake themselves every day to go to school, not teachers. Okay, so we have to reframe. Education is human to humans. It cannot be robot to human. Only humans can understand humans, not robot. So the big questions: who who teach? So there's a question that who is the inventors of that technologies? Is engineers, and who these those engineers learn engineering from? They learn from teachers, not robots. Yeah. And so only humans can understand emotionally about students. Like sometimes students gonna get depressed, get under pressures because there's a lot of tests. But teachers always the people that like help students to stand up and motivate. Furthermore, some remote village nowadays they do not have enough infrastructure like electric, Wi-Fi, internet to use the technologies to install, apply the state of the art at tech. So from that moment is create inequality for students in poor village and increasing the distance between the elite and the poor. We cannot we cannot put the persons our people that be born with a silver spoon in their mouths and left the poor behind. So if we left the poor behind, I think we lose a lot of precious prodigies that will contribute a lot to our countries in the future. And uh, uh, and the last thing that I I want to say that sometimes sometimes students sometimes robots like they they very like costly to have a daily check or monthly check. So we need engineers, we need a lot of things, we need money, we need to like a lot of money to investing and develop robots and AI's teachings program. Yeah, this is my rebuttals. Thank you.
All right, thank you for your fine speech. Now let's welcome second speaker from opposition. And also, if you guys want to do a reply speech at the end, you can tell me. A reply speech is like you just compare between two sides and then you wrap up and you finalize why your team deserves the win. But we'll see at the end. Okay. So second speaker from up, are you ready?
Wait. I'll start my speech in three, two, and one. So first, look at the other side's argument sounds. It sounds nice and it makes you feel good inside. But who doesn't want to pay teacher more because it's a kind of a good fantasy? But a feel good story doesn't fix the crisis. If a factory is failing to make enough food during a such shortage, you don't give the workers a bonus and expect them to move their hands twice as fast. They can't because you have to buy the machines. You have to invest in technology. The other side wants to throw a mountain of cash at the exact same system and expect humans to magically work at supersonic speed. We want to buy the tools that actually let them do the job. So giving a teacher a raise changes their bank account, but it doesn't change the way they work. It doesn't give them more hours in the day. It just doesn't make them great papers faster. If we want to save these kids, we have to stop paying people more to work slowly and start buying the tech that lets them work fast. So our first speaker already told you that every kid is at a different level right now because of learning loss. But let's look at the actual reality of that. If a teacher tries to fix that by themselves, it's a total nightmare. You have to spend hours making 30 different worksheets and then spend the whole class running around the room like a pinball, trying to explain it to everyone. It is just a human bottleneck. So technology, on the other hand, is the only way out of the bottleneck because software automatically figures out exactly what each individual kid missed and gives them extra lessons they need right then and there. We aren't replacing the teacher, we're just taking the crushing weight off their back so they can actually focus on teaching instead of playing catch up. The corruption angle, and let's be honest about this, where public money actually go. Because the other side thinks that if we vote to raise salary, that cash flies straight into the pocket of the best teachers. It just doesn't. Because when you dump massive piles of cash into public schools budgets that you call salaries, you're practically begging for corruption and administrative bloats. Suddenly, school boards and superintendents find ways to redefine compensation. They create users management roles, give themselves raises, and pad the pocket of people who haven't stepped foot in the classroom for a decade. So let's so here let's actually look at the government's side and what's going on. So they say that better pay teachers are happier and less stressed, so therefore they will teach better lessons. But the other side is confusing a worker's mood with their actual capacity. A 20% raise may make a teacher better, but it doesn't give them a third arm, and it doesn't make them grade papers faster. They are just still bounded by the exact same hours in a day. If they are swamped with administrative data, lesson planning, and trying to manually catch up a bunch of kids at the same time, they're still going to burn out. Secondly, they say that uh wait, they say that poor kids doesn't have the doesn't isn't able to access the technology. So if a school district has a the massive budget to require a permanently raised salary for every single teacher across the board, they absolutely have the budget to help and buy the hardware and offline capable software for their students. But more importantly, look at where human labor goes. Even if you raise salaries, the best, most experienced teachers are still going to choose to work in wealthy, safe, low stress suburban neighborhoods. Raising salaries just helps rich schools bid higher for elite talents. Tech is just democratic. A software license costs the exact same to deploy to an inner city school as it does to a private boarding school. So, at the end of the sorry, at the end of the day, let's actually weigh the two words. First, the opposition is giving you a fantasy word where um like the other side is just completely loses because they say that higher pay will eventually attract amazing people into teaching because this is just a fantasy. Fine, let's give him that. Like, let's pretend that in 7 or 10 years, a wave of genius teachers enters our school because of the higher pay. But look at the timeline. The kids who are drowning right now, just drowning in the next 2 or 3 years, they will be long gone before the government's plan ever shows up. You cannot treat an emergency room crisis with a 10-year wellness plan. And our plan works next week. Tech can be downloaded on every school tablet by Monday morning to save the kids who are sitting in classroom today. So at the end of this debate, ask yourself what a crisis needs. It doesn't need long-term plans that make us feel politically correct. It just needs immediate and mechanical efficiency. You cannot bribe a clock, and by raising salaries just doesn't make the school day any longer. If we want to actually catch these kids up before they graduate and it's too late, we have to stop funding the bottleneck and start funding the solution. Oppose the motion. Thank you.
All right, thank you for your fine speech. Before we move on, I just want to say about POI. So you guys can totally just turn on your mic and say POI when somebody is giving a speech. We can do that, but we can only give POI during unprotected. So for example, during the first and the sixth minute, we cannot ask. So after the first minute, we will ask. And the last minute, we cannot ask. Okay, so don't be shy. And then when you ask POI, you have to wait to see if the speaker, they say yes, and then you ask them, or if they say no, then you will not ask them. But you guys should say yes. Okay. So now let's welcome the third speaker from Proposition. Here.
Okay, so I'll start now. Firstly, I want to rebut the second speaker points that they say that teachers are they are too busy, so they cannot focus on pay their attention to with an adequate time to one individual person. So I think we should have asked why are they too busy, because there are not enough qualified teachers, and some experienced teachers are leaving the profession because of insufficient of a salary. So schools cannot recruit the replacements, and to reinforce the sources of teachers. So actually, I think their argument proves our case. And also, I have to rebuild our team's case that we teachers ensure students to use the technology effectively, and they teachers teach students how to use technology tools as an effective learning tools, so they can use it usefully. And I have to say that if children are given an AI tool, they cannot answer, or it does not mean that children can understand all the terms, all the difficult terms. when they comes to one specific problems. And so that's why our teams will say that yeah, but the other team say that salary is one of the most like significant problems when it comes to investing in technology. So our team say that technology just treats the symptoms. It's only about the short term, not the like the underlying reason why teachers are overloaded. Um, uh, because uh, yes, that's why government should prioritize increasing teacher salaries rather than investing in educational technology just to like maintain the qualified and efficient education rather than reduce the workload of the teachers and like just like cope with the problem in the short term, not the long term one. So yeah, our team case is like and now.
All right, thank you for your fine speech. Now I'll welcome the last speaker from opposition. Here.
Can I have like about 15 seconds, please?
Sure.
Okay. So I'm going to start my speech in 3, 2, and 1. At the end of this debate, I still notice that the proposition side has not entirely get this case and has made several flaws. Firstly, about the misconceptions about the definitions of these motions. The motion today reads, this House would prioritize increasing teachers' salaries over investing in education technology as the primary response to learning loss. However, the proposition teams is treating these motions as like we are trying to use technology, AI, to actually replace the entire education's running by teachers. And I think this is the biggest flaws they have made so far. So, also, the goal of this whole debate is to provide a better educations for students, right? But teachers' teachings are not effective. We can improve it by training campaign because it is a subjective value that we cannot impact by money, and it's kind of like unreasonable. Secondly, when they make a rebuttal to my team, the second speaker in my team stated that the teachers are too busy to actually give like clear comments or specialized comments on students. They said that because of the quality of teachers, that's why we have to improve it. So firstly, do you think that paying us teachers more salary will improve their knowledge, the knowledge they have absorbed for many years? I don't think so. Or are you going to fire all the teachers currently to actually get new teachers that are like qualified in your definitions? And also, a time restrictions is actually in the government's regulations that lessons should last from how long to how long. So it doesn't mean that a qualified teacher could expand the teaching times, and you cannot use the money, pay more salaries for teachers to actually teach more. That's already in the regulations. Thirdly, they also said that students can't understand specific terms, terminologies, or specific problems. However, they are making a very risky move when they said they're defending teachers that teachers explain like complex terms. Why are you putting AI in a situations that you're saying that they cannot convey informations like effectively to the users? Why that's the one of the strongest strength of AI. And I think they have made a very like risky move in their case. Also, they also said that teachers can help with comfortings, daily and monthly check-ins, and helping students to have like human interactions. However, I've already said that this is just a subjective value and it cannot be boosted by just like raising the salaries. Also, if we really need human interactions, that's why the opposition right now is proving their case. And we invest more in the technology that will help us to grade the test faster so that the teachers will have more time to spend with the students. Ain't that right? Also, what it also they said it could also improve the teachers' motivations. However, I believe that due to the restricted times and the crowded class, if we use technology, it would just as I've just said, it will actually save more times. And I don't think and
POI, POI, can I POI?
okay.
Like you say that the technology have students to have teachers to save more time, but I think that teachers maybe students are like discouraged and teachers will spend like much more time to encourage them to study with the AI tool, so it will not actually save time for teachers. So yeah.
Can you clarify your question? Can you make it into a question form?
Did the do the AI technology actually save more time for the teachers?
They obviously due to the techniques of them, they could actually help us grade tests faster. And to what you said, that the teacher will have more time to spend and encouraging students. So yeah, that's just obviously what my team, I mean, the third speaker like May has stated. So also coming to the summarizations of my team's case, they've also provided very strong arguments, which is first, they could provide more personalized learning experience. And even if the teachers do not teach us that well, they still can actually study themselves with more personalized plan, which I don't know, also they will also talk about the opportunity chances of an opportunity cost, which we could invest it and it could make a long term. Just imagine in the COVID-19 time when people are actually in a pandemic, if it's just because that people didn't focus much on technology development. When we actually get into that period, students have had many holes in educations. So I believe we should actually invest in technology more, so for both the education now, and even if there are any problems like a pandemic happening later on, it would be more effective for the technology will be more advanced so that students could have could get the lessons better and could actually improve their learning. So thank you so much. That's the end of my speech.
All right, thank you for everyone's speeches. So I noticed that I think that's basically the end of the debate, unless you guys want to have a reply speech. If you don't have a reply speech, I have an idea. Even though this is not the rule in WSDC, but because I see that a lot of other people, like other debaters, they want to ask POI, but then they don't ask, or they don't have enough time, or it's already protected time. So I'm gonna make this, we call it a crossfire. And it only happens in public forum. Okay, so I'm gonna do that because I think it's good to ask POI. So here's how it's gonna do. Each team will have 3 minutes to ask the other teams questions. Okay, so for example, the proposition team will go first. So the opposition can ask proposition questions. Okay, and any speaker can answer. And the same goes to the other team. So we'll do that. Although it's not really the rules, but yeah, we'll do that. Okay, so 3 minutes for questions. And okay, so firstly, proposition will go first. Proposition will ask opposition questions. Do you guys need time to think? I'll give you guys 1 minute to think of the POI questions. For both teams, you guys will think by yourselves or however you like. And then we will have that part.
All right.
So to make it so that everyone can have a chance to ask and answer, I think it's better if first speaker from both teams ask each other, and then second ask each other, and then third ask each other. Kind of like that. So which means that each pair will have I'll give you guys 2 minutes to ask each other. Okay, so for example, the first pair is Iris and Gwen. You guys will ask each other for 2 minutes. Just go one by one and ask as many as you can. Okay, so Prop will ask first. 2 minutes starts now.
Okay, so I have a question for the opponent team. Okay, because you say that technology is the long-term investment, it is a long-term solution. However, we also believe that investing in teacher is also a long-term investment. Okay, my question is, if many rural and low-income schools still lack stable internet, devices, or even electricity, how can your long-term investment benefit those students equally to one who have high income schools and in the urban schools? Yes, that is my question.
So for your question, so it's not every, just some of the in school in the rural, even the rural area, if even they don't have, uh, yeah, they don't have like very high technology, but they still can can have the the at least one, like they still can have internet, and internet still have, and to uh we invest in technology to improve technology to them, to the one in the rural area, not just for the student in the city. We invest more in technology, in AI, to make sure that every student in every province, everywhere in this world, can have access to it in the most simple way, not just by AI or chat box like that. It's not it's technology. It's have a lot kind of it. We can use like videos or like kind of that. It's not just AI or chat box. We can use a lot kinds of that technology.
Right
Okay.
now,
And yes,
yeah, Gwen, you can ask.
so my question is, what evidence do you have that increasing salaries will improve student outcomes more effectively than giving students personalized learning tools?
So let me clarify your question. You say that what my evidence to say that the student will have better outcome if I put investment in teacher salaries, right?
Yes.
Okay, so actually I have some theory to back up that. The first, that is from the principle of economics. It is about the efficiency wage. When I increase the salaries of teachers, they will be more motivated. Their motivation increase. Their health also can be improved. Their effort and their commitment with the teaching journey with their students can also increase because of money. Yeah, it is a little bit like it is too practical to say, but it is the truth, and it has a theory to back up that, and that is also the reason why we believe that because the teacher they will have more motivation, more commitment, more better health, and also more effort to teach. They will give better in quality lessons, and that is the things that we cannot ensure that all the we cannot ensure that the robots or AI can update with, yeah, because it is the daily lessons all the time, and that is the responsibles of the teachers to always update to keep up with all of their to take care of all of their students. And that is also the reason why I believe that there something like that can increase the better can lead to the better outcomes of the students.
All right, thank you, the first pair. So now let's come to the second pair, okay, which is, I don't really remember, Neo and Jade, right? Okay, let's start.
I have a question for you, That's can robot teach students about discipline? I think that, and do students scare the robots more or scare teacher more?
Can you repeat that?
I mean that can robots teach students about discipline? Like, do the students scare the teacher more or scare the robots more?
I mean, using technology isn't just like robots and AI and stuff. I mean, even though that they are a really powerful tool for you to use, it is not the whole entire thing that teachers will be replaced by AI, because it's literally a fucking it's a tool, so you can just use it with like with your own teaching style. You can you can say whatever you want, but our case did not say that we will replace AI, technology, for teachers. We say that we will use them as a powerful tool to boost um the teachers' capability to do stuff like grading tests and teaching like 30 kids at the same time. So now I want to ask you a counter question that as your first speaker asked my first speaker. She said that if you want to apply technology for every single place, but you want to apply technology into teaching, but in the rural area, you won't be able to make them, you know, access that the same technology at the urban place. But if you want to raise the salary for teachers permanently, isn't that just cost more than just installing Wi-Fi cables and giving away some free hardware devices? It's literally like much cheaper to do that than increasing the teacher's salary permanently.
Well, I mean that increasing teachers' salaries permanently. I think. What about public school? The government always support teacher salary, so we can increase the income salaries, but government have to help. Yeah, I'm I mean increasing the salary of the teachers, like mean that a lot of teachers, a lot of people will want to be teachers, and the more teachers, the more students can study. Like a lot of teachers, they don't need income, they don't need salary, but they still teach in rural areas for the students. They really love, they love teaching students more than gain money from them. Yeah, so that my answer for your questions.
All right, thank you guys. And lastly, we have Ling and Sarah. You guys can start now.
Okay, so I heard that Sarah said that technology can help teachers to reduce their time in judging their children's tests. So I think does is actually save time for teachers to judging to marking the students' test, because AI cannot adapt the judgment or provide any encouragement, emotional judgment. So Yeah, this is my question.
Thank you for your question. So I believe that you guys are talking on behalf of the technology right now. However, firstly, the motion has already stated that we are trying to improve it. And we believe that if we actually spend money on the right thing, which is technology, we will improve the grading system for sure. And right now, we could actually have already AI that could actually mark tests correctly. And and if the AI is improved already, then I believe that saving teachers' time is not a problem anymore. I mean, it's just the matters of the government's investments that we're trying to persuade in this debate today. Are you satisfied? Can I ask my question now?
Yeah, yes, you go ahead.
Okay, so can you guys please explain the mechanisms? Like, how will the teachers actually convey their knowledge better if they get paid more? Like, money can't make them smarter or reach another knowledge level of academic. So, how do you make a low level of like knowledge teacher, or maybe not as high yet, to actually get smarter by just raising their salaries?
So, I think that higher series does not mean that teachers can reach a higher level of knowledge, but they can like maintain a high qualified education. Teachers can provide diagnosis for like each student and their like encouragement and their like dedicated dedication to the teaching of to their teaching career and like teachers can it's not about their like not their level of knowledge but it's also about their accountability and flexibility. Teachers higher salaries encourage them to move to some undeserved areas to teach for the like disadvantaged. Yeah, not just provide high education for the wealthy one. So yeah, I think that there's my question. There's my answer.
Okay, so I
Okay, you can
actually
ask one more question.
yeah, so I actually have one more question. I heard that three of you guys are talking about technology, robot AIs, or something that can grade tests more exactly and quickly than teachers. Yeah. So I have a question. It is just true for logical subject like math, physics, chemistry, but what about literature, civic educations? Can AI understand those emotional activities and those emotional subjects?
Thank you so much. So your question means that AI could not grade literature subjects, right? So we actually believe that, I mean, firstly, let me repeat this misconceptions when you guys are just based on the AI technology right now, when they could not reach the emotional range of humans, emotional range of human, right? So also AI could actually, like, they could actually, I mean, if given the developments, they could actually develop more and actually help the teachers grade better. And also AI would not be as biased as teachers. Do you guys actually consider the case that teachers could be biased and they're actually more affected by emotions than AI are? And if we firstly improve the quality of AI judging, and secondly, AI does not have any biased stances, it would be like a great judging system. Why not? And why are you guys just defending the teachers' judgings, which is like sometimes outdated, sometimes biased, and also um after the AI development, it would not be as effective anymore. So that's the answer. Can I like have one more questions to the other team, like a follow-up to the third speaker's answer?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have one more and that's it.
Okay. So the third speaker, you actually talked about that teachers like the way the teacher actually teach students is more effective. So firstly, it's just like kind of a way of bribery. However, let's accept this. However, I'm asking that if they do not have the enough base of knowledge, like teachers from the countryside schools, how do they actually convey like the lessons well? If they have a great knowledge foundations, that would be like a like advantage in the way they actually convey the lessons to the students. So why not use AI as a tool for the knowledge foundations, for the flexibility of students' personalizations, plan, learning, and educations to actually support the educations? So what do you guys think about this? Like, why not use AI as a tool? Like, invest more, because if we invest more, AI is gonna reach like a wider range of knowledge, and they're gonna help the teachers during the teachings, and the teacher could actually convey it in their own way. Yeah, that's the question.
So I'll answer like if one teacher can teach like as well as much as 40 or up to 45 students at a time. So if you just increase the salary for one teacher and then they will buy the advanced technology, they will convey convey the lessons to other 45 students without like investing for 45 students. Like you can cost like little money, less money on the on yeah, government will spend less money.
Do we have follow-up or just stop here?
I guess you can stop here now. Okay, so if next time we have more time, you guys can totally ask questions. You guys should have asked POI, but like nobody asked, only one person, and then now a lot of people want to ask questions. But okay, I think I will deliver the result, which like in debate it's called oral adjudication. And for me personally, I feel like this is a really close debate. The reason why it is a close debate is because I feel like both teams are debating different things. And it's really hard to judge when we don't really engage, right? Because let's come back to the motion. When we read the motion, it says this House would prioritize increasing teacher salaries over investing in education technology as the primary response to learning loss, which means we have to link it to learning loss students. For example, if you say that, okay, we increase teacher salaries, then you explain how by increasing teacher salaries, maybe teachers have motivation, and how does that, because this debate is not about solving learning loss. We cannot solve it. It's about like improving, okay? So you guys don't need to prove how we can solve it. Similarly, on opposition, if you say we invest in education technology, you cannot just tell us how education technology is fast, it is convenient, but you have to link it to learning loss. How can it directly help the students? And that is the core in this debate. So it's a close one. I think both teams deserve to win, but I gave the win to side proposition, which is affirmative. And I'll explain why affirmative wins this debate. Okay, let me open my file really quick. So first of all, learning loss, right? I think a bit of like feedbacks for both teams first. I think it could have been better if you guys frame what exactly is learning loss. Why is it happening? Like you guys do say that, but it's very vague and both teams have different definitions. Both teams also have different contexts. For example, on proposition, they say that, okay, nowadays we have teacher shortages. Students don't learn enough. But on opposition, they don't like really rebut the teacher shortages things, which basically mean they kind of agree with it, or maybe they don't, but they don't really touch on it that much. What opposition mainly say is how teacher has really heavy workload they don't have enough time to cater to every single student, which means that there's no time. So again, coming back to your case, right? Proposition, first of all, they come here and their main case is all about, like, firstly, they explain how by increasing teacher salaries, it can help motivate themselves first. So they talk about motivating themselves. For example, nowadays, they do admit that there is low quality teaching, right? And they do say that there is a teacher shortages because of that. So if we have more money coming in, there will be more talented graduates. They will choose these jobs, or more people that will be interested simply because they have higher pay, and that's motivation. Okay, so proposition basically successfully explain this point. So for opposition, their first case is about time. Like, for example, the main reason why teacher cannot help the student is because of time. They have to grade a lot of papers. And then they mentioned this one point, which I think is a bit out of scope. Even though it is a good point, they said that technology does all the busy work. They have like all the free time technology does all the busy work, like grading papers or helping teachers with other stuff. Again, how does this link back to learning loss? How does technology directly improve learning loss? Because if you kind of like analyze it like that, it just basically means that technology is a tool that assists teachers, and teachers are still the main characters. Like, teachers are still the main ones behind. And then if you say, oh, technology that does all these busy work, and then teachers can have free time to just sit down with the weakest student in class. Again, that is still teachers, right? So that comes back to the loop. Another thing another thing here is that if you look at the motion, it says increase teacher salaries over investing in education technology. Invest, which means that nowadays we already have education technology. Like TV is also an example, or a computer. Like, I think nearly every school has it. Invest means making it bigger, making it better, right? So which means that proposition, they still have education technology. It's just that it's not like in every single classroom, or not that advanced. So for example, about AI, right? I think opposition, if you guys want to talk about how, for example, AI have can have lessons that is tailored to student. I think this is a good point in which opposition said that in a classroom, learning experiences can be different. For example, each student can have learning losses in one area, in that other area, and they say that AI or other education technology can develop like lessons that is tailored to that student. However, they miss one link. Like, it's all about linking back. If they develop that, how can the student actually learn it by themselves? Or how can student like just learn it basically? How can having multiple lessons help them basically? Because you give me a claim, but you don't give me mechanisms to back it up. So in proposition, how do they link motivation teachers to learning loss? So it comes mainly, like, first though, the first speaker said about how it has motivation, and then other speakers, they come here and they mention how, first of all, studying is a student's responsibility. So even if students are given a lot of advanced tools and it is tailored to them, it doesn't mean that they will have the responsibility to actively learn these tools, right? For example, I have like all the computers or all of the tech I want. Doesn't make me smarter, but they explain it's not about making students smarter, because if we are debating which makes students smarter, it's not really our debate. The debate is which is actually directly improves the learning loss, a response to learning loss. So proposition, even though they don't have a lot of arguments, I would say, like, their argument is a bit underdeveloped, but at least what they're able to tell me is that education is all about the human connection. So some student can get really depressed, even if they get lesson tailored to them. Doesn't mean they will study it. Even if they study it, they still need someone who guides them. Because what proposition said to me is that teachers can motivate them. Like, they will not leave them behind. And I think that proposition, if you could have told me how teachers, they can totally spend time if they wish. because it's not really a rule that teachers have to spend time. If they really want, they will do that. Like, so yeah, proposition could have said that. So I think that is the main reason. So for example, like a proposition, they also told us how, teachers, they can directly teach students how to use these tools. And the underlying reason they said is that it's all about like more qualified teachers or, more teachers in the workforce that can, help these students. And they explain how teachers can able to help them. Like at least they link it back to how salary comes to learning loss. On opposition, yes, you do give me a case as to how technology can help, but you don't link it back. How really efficient is it? You don't give me impact. Like you don't really, for example, in debate, there is a term called exclusive here, which means how unique is your case? Is it really unique? For example, if opposition, they say something like, paying teacher more salary doesn't make them smarter. Okay, sure, but how about your side? Does it happen on your side? On your side, if you invest in more technology, does it make students smarter as well? So sometimes you have to link it back to your case and you have to ask the same question to your own side. So yeah, that's like my take on this, even though I think both teams are really good, but yeah, there must be a winning side. So I think that's it for today. For personal feedback, to make it faster, I will just record a video giving feedback and I will send it to the group after. Okay, I think I will call the room 2 in to see if they're done. Wait a minute, but I'll go to room. Are you guys done with the debate?
Yeah, we're done.
Okay, let's go back to the main room. Everyone goes back. Okay, I think everyone is back. So on room 1, proposition wins. How about room 2? Which side wins?
Really weird coincidence. Firstly, is 2 rooms having same motion, and now 2 rooms having the same wins. No,
Okay.
not same wins. Affirmative win actually.
Affirmative. Our side is also affirmative, so it's the same. Okay. But yeah, I think it's been good so far, and we will do more if you guys want. Do you guys have any questions about today, the motion? You can ask questions about the motion or anything. Maybe not. Maybe yes. Okay, maybe not. So we will take like a group picture and then we will end for today. Yeah. All right, you guys can turn on your cameras. Do you think the motion is biased? Is it like unfair? Okay, we can vote before we take a picture. Is it biased? Not biased. Like you can, I'm not taking a picture yet. You don't have to smile. In the chat, you can like put emojis under the message, whether you think the motion is biased or not biased. Okay, a lot of people think it's not biased. Okay, because other people said it's biased. All right. So yeah, I'll take a group picture now. I will count from 1 to 3. So 1, 2, and 3. Okay, all done. So thank you guys for today. I will see you next week. Bye.
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 Bye.